don't know about you guys. We can head to Unpopular Opinions.
Sure.
Want to do Unpopular Opinions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking rock it, bro. You want to start off, Bill?
Yeah, I'll start off. So I don't understand what happened with the Coachella Festival and the whole 3D hologram of Tupac, but bring that back for the Super Bowl. Where did that go? Everybody hated it. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. But everybody just thought it was cheesy as hell. And obviously it was almost like the Hall of Presidents at Disney World situation because he's not dead. Conspiracy theory, but yeah. That is my unpopular opinion is that I want 3D holograms of shows to come back.
Is that unpopular, though? Do people not want that?
Yeah, I think it's very unpopular because that one with Tupac came out and everybody was like, what the fuck? Take that off the... Don't put that on the stage. It looks so cheesy and stupid.
I don't know. Maybe not like Tupac. You know what I mean?
Right, and maybe that was what they were talking about.
Maybe not a dead person. That's a little weird. I don't know.
Because it was also CGI too.
Yeah.
So and they did with Michael Jackson one time too.
I remember they had to wonder where to draw the line because at the end of Kendrick's album "To Pimp a Butterfly," that last track, he has this fictional conversation with Tupac where Tupac's voice is all digitally created. I don't know if you guys ever hit to that album.
Yeah, I have heard the album. Yeah.
I haven't heard that
conversation with him, and it's heavy, man. But it's that's not going quite as far as recreating him in a 3D image. But I don't know, man. I'll bet that was met with a pretty wide spectrum of reactions.
Yeah, it was Coachella. It was a Snoop Dogg's show at the end, and then it was them going back and forth talking to him, and it was very, very staged, and it was just very cheesy. It was so cheesy that people were like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, I guess the concept is one thing, but how it's presented is another thing.
Yeah, totally.
Bring it back. Let's do it. It didn't get. It died before it got a chance to get better.
That's nice.
All right, what's your unpopular opinion, Tony?
I'm gonna stick with this trend. So I think the Biggie versus Tupac argument is bullshit. I don't think it's a fair comparison.
Oh, you mean because they're so different?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought that was weird too, though, because just listen to Biggie and he just flows and he's just cool the whole time, and then Tupac's just preaching at you.
What Biggie's doing is a different kind of thing. His flow is completely different. The beats that he's rapping over are completely different.
They were just
the
in the same
content
time.
is completely different. They had a beef with each other. That's why the comparison is there.
I didn't know.
And then became West Coast.
Sorry.
And then,
Okay, man. You're good.
you can pick a side and who you like more, I guess, whoever speaks to you more. But at the end of the day, it's not a fair comparison.
Well, one of them speaks to you, and the other one
angrily
yells at you.
But
the lyrics are great.
Yeah.
Just he's not speaking.
Yeah, he's not speaking. I have a soft spot in my heart for Tupac. When I was in high school, that was my thing. Him and Eminem were the two voices.
Also kind of yelling at you.
No, Eminem's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
It's a whole different thing. That's what really got me into hip hop, and I went down the rabbit hole after that. Those were the two people that I really were oh my god, these guys are amazing. Biggie just didn't hit me in that way.
Yeah, it's definitely unpopular.
Yeah.
It's definitely Tupac Biggie all day. That's they write songs about it.
I know. It just doesn't make any sense, man.
All right.
I don't know. That's my unpopular opinion.
You want to bring it home, bub?
Sure. I see a lot of this happening, and I have been guilty of it myself. Musicians hating on other musicians.
Right, yeah. But fuck
and
John
most
Mayer.
of the time.
I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Nothing.
He said, but fuck John Mayer.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe this is just me talking about me and where I was at the time when I took that approach, where I would just be like, fuck John Mayer. Because that was my initial reaction when he started to blow up. I was like, who's this pretty boy with an acoustic guitar? And everybody's saying he's amazing or whatever. And then I saw him on Austin City Limits, and I was like, fuck me and my guitar playing. This guy's amazing.
Yeah.
So most of the time, I just think it's just a bunch of jealous people who are insecure about themselves and wish they were them, or at least at a further point in their career. I'm just going to be real. We're here on a podcast. It's a place to be real.
Be real, bro.
People hating on the halftime shows. You know, it's when was your last halftime show, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that may be a really simplistic, idealistic kind of comeback or whatever, but it's you know what? I seriously doubt Bruno Mars is crying himself to sleep over your fucking Facebook post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's no one gives a fuck about your opinion.
Seriously, man. And you're just how are you advancing your career? Unless it's a publicity thing or if it's a beef like Brandy and Monica, I mean, everybody knows The Boy Is Mine, everybody knows that song, because of their beef or whatever. And that was that catapulted both of their careers and, everybody involved with that song. But just hating for the sake of hating. It's like, fucking get over yourself. Go home and practice, man.
I agree with you 100%. I think that people need to stop hating. I think as musicians, we can't help but have an opinion.
Absolutely.
When
No,
we see
and-
things, you know.
And I'm not sorry to talk over you, man, but I mean, definitely say like, I mean, there's music that I don't care for, and I'll say that, but I'll say that and then move on with my life, you know, and not fucking harp on this shit and not try and convince other people that these people suck. You know, it's not up to me. I'm not going to change anybody's mind about art.
Right.
You know, something that's fucking subjective.
Not to mention, it's like when you get to that level, being an artist is so much more than just being a performer. We're talking like every single night is a $1 million production with hundreds, if not thousands of people depending on you for that thing to go off without a hitch.
That's it. You know, I mean, people who are raised watching Mariah Carey videos expect a Mariah Carey video every time. Like, I think she did a Rockin' New Year's Eve one year, and there was some kind of snafu with the sound. And everybody just fucking piled on her and went in on her. This is a live TV production where if one out of a million things goes wrong, the whole thing could fold. And it just so happened, wasn't her fault. You know, some shit went wrong, and now it's all her fault. And you know, I can't adjust my expectations of what I listened to and watched on MTV when I was 13, and so let me just hate on her.
It goes to show how little even musicians value the art of music and the profession of being an artist, right?
Yeah. If my like 15 minutes of fame, if my halftime performance was based off of one of my bad nights, where like, because I've had nights where, you know, whatever, thankfully it wasn't a high profile thing, but I ate dog shit, you know, and like I wasn't playing anywhere near where like half what I know my ability is. If that was like my moment of fame, shit, man, I can't imagine what that would do to me. You know?
I can tell you what it'll do to you because I've had that happen to me before. You're like in a scenario where the stakes are real and you just fucking bomb, and you're like, well, this is the worst feeling ever, right? Because you know that as the artist, they're seeing you for the first time, and this is what they're going to take away. And they will never come back again because of that experience.
As the artist, you know that more than anybody else. More
exactly.
painfully aware of that than anybody. Shit, man.
Exactly.
But that had to be pretty formative, huh? There had to be a positive that you took away from that.
Yeah, just don't fuck up like that. You know, I mean, like, but
Don't
that doesn't
do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that again.
Don't do that again.
Oh, man.
You know, but it's hard, man. You know, there's a lot of things that come into play, but I can sympathize with the performance anxiety aspect is real too. You know,
Absolutely.
and on top of the pressure of having that many people rely on you for their income just per night, like we're talking like different people every single night, right? But then there's the cameras and there's the amount of people that are just watching you in that moment. And they're expecting a perfect performance, especially in the pop realm. They don't want any deviation from what they've heard on the radio.
No, they want a polished, absolute representation of what they hear.
That is
listen to over and over.
Unfair expectation to be held to.
Doesn't that whole situation make the ability for it to be so great? I mean, is that chance of absolute failure and criticism? Otherwise, then anybody could just do it and it wouldn't matter.
Of course, yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, for example, like everybody lost their shit when Red Hot Chili Peppers played for the halftime show, and they weren't even plugged in, you know? And then people were like losing their mind, like, they weren't even plugged in. I'm like, yeah, like, we fucking got you. What's up? I also learned a little while ago that like super famous a video of Whitney Houston singing the national anthem for the Super Bowl. Lip synced.
Oh,
100%. You can Google that. Yeah. She does a really good job of listening, you know. And it's obviously her singing. It's just a recording. So does that make it bad? I don't know.
Well, no. There's again, like as an artist, I think that we can take that into consideration, right? As a fan, you don't want to hear that. That ruins the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I wish I never heard it either.
Is it true though, or is it just one of those facts?
Can you fact check that real quick?
Please don't.
Taylor's convinced that it's real, doesn't want to hear it.
You know how I found out? I don't know. I got on some YouTube rabbit hole of looking up like famous.
Those are always pretty accurate.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. But it was like,
don't even bother looking it up. He saw it on YouTube.
It was just like the biggest lip singers of all time, like the biggest ones, and you're like, oh no, not that one,
not Britney.
Yeah, not Britney.
Well,
I just have a really good band name to wrap this whole up. Britney Houston.